See, advantages of gas insulated line. Okay, gas insulated transmission line. The main advantage of GIL is that higher cable rating. Okay, how much we are using? 440 kilovolts to 440 kilovolts to 550. Sorry, 420 kilovolts to 550 kilovolts with 2000 megavolt ampere of power. Even for more also we can use. The first advantage is what? The first advantage is what? Higher cable rating. Okay, can be achieved with solid insulation cables, and the terminations at the cable ends are also. See, actually, whenever this gas insulated transmission lines are capable of having length of 30 kilometers only. Further, we want to explain the length means we should connect. So whenever we are connecting two parts of the two insulated transmission lines, gas insulated transmission lines, so in connecting, we should do the welding, right? So in that welding, there is a chance of leakage of gas. A small hole, very, very small hole is enough for the gas leakage. But here there is no problem. With solid insulation cables and the terminations at the cable ends are less complex and less prone to failure. Okay, this is the main advantage of gas insulated transmission line, and highly reliable. Okay, highly reliable in agriculture space and metropolitan space area. Metropolitan space means what? Metro cities means where highly populated, population is high. Agriculture for also it is good. Why? Because we are constructing GIL underground. Underground or in a tunnel means above ground can be used for the agriculture purpose also. Okay, that's why this is the second advantage. Next, high transmission capacity and overload capability. Okay, 2000 megavolt amperes power rating we are constructing, but even though the most of the losses in the transmission is occur because of the what? Overload capability. Overloading, overloading of the system beyond the critical point. But here, high transmission capacity and overloading capability also. If like that overload is happen suddenly, then also these GIL are capable of transmitting the power. Okay, most of the losses we are getting in transmission because of the main reason is because of the overloading capability, because of the overloading of the system. When overload will be occur? Whenever increase and decrease of voltages are occur. Okay, whenever the stability of the system is changed. Okay, whenever the current passes through the transmission system is more. Okay, all those are comes under this overloading capacity only, overloading of the system only. So due to that, losses will be occur. But here, high transmission capacity and overload capability. No power factor correction required. No losses. So where is the chance of power factor correction? Whatever the amount of power we are sending, same amount of power we are receiving. So no power factor correction, no over voltages. For overload capability also it can withstand. So there is no chance of failure of power factor or reduction or increasing in power factor. So no power factor changes, so no power factor correction will be required. No risk of fire. Okay, impact on its environment is very less, secure. ఇంకో అనదర్ టర్మ్స్లో చెప్పాలంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ సెక్యూర్ ఇన్ ద కేస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్నల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఫెయిల్. ఇంటర్నల్ అంటే ఇన్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ద జిఐఎల్ ఇఫ్ ఎనీ ఫెయిల్యూర్, ఇఫ్ ఎనీ ఫెయిల్, ఇఫ్ ఎనీ లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ ఎక్విప్మెంట్ ఇస్ హ్యాపెన్ మీన్స్ అది కూడా దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో క్లియర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఓన్లీ. ఇట్ కెనాట్ విత్ స్టాండ్. It has low external magnetic fields. See, or we can say negligible electromagnetic field. low transmission losses, very high transmission capacities, connection to any type of power equipment, flexible route layout due to the direction change at any angle, flexible route layout. See, ఇక్కడ ఉంది చూడండి. This one. Flexible route layout. It's built in practical trap. Practical trap ante see. See, I will show. This is practical trap. ఇక్కడ ఒకటి ఉంది కదా. See, PPT is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
This is called as practical trap. So ఇది ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే, if suppose the loss of conductance is happened means it will increase the conductance and it gives the some shape to the gas insulated transmission line, see, which provides the low electric field strength areas to capture the free moving conductive particles. Okay, that is the use of particle trap. So that particle trap is inbuilt in the GIL, throughout the GIL. Okay, and it allows the GIL to remain in good shape for very long periods of the time. మనకేమవుతుంది, because of the thermal expansion there may be a change in the shape is happen, but due to this sliding contacts or supporting insulators, what they'll do, they are maintaining same shape. In what shape we are constructing the GIL, in order to maintain that shape also there is a reason. Okay, so in that shape only it will keeps. This particle trap. Okay, next, additional all parts of the GIL can be transported by fairly lightweight trucks. So actually, while discussing the GIS, what we said, all the equipments which we are using in the GIS are assembled before itself. Just we are placing in the GIS. Okay, but whereas in the overhead line conductors, one substation we are constructing means we are bringing the equipments, and there itself we are constructing, connecting everything we are doing. But whereas in the case of GIS, gas insulated substation, all the equipments, whatever the equipments are used, all the equipments are assembled before itself. For example, in order to construct the what we call, ఇప్పుడు nowadays ఓవర్ బ్రిడ్జెస్ ఎట్లా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నామమ్మా. ఇన్ అర్లియర్ కేసెస్ ఓవర్ బ్రిడ్జ్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయాలి అంటే దేర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ వీఆర్ కన్స్ట్రక్టింగ్ కదా, సిమెంటు, ఇసుక, ఇటుక అన్నీ తీసుకొచ్చి అక్కడనే చేసి అక్కడనే బిల్డ్ చేసి మొత్తం క్రెయిన్స్ పెద్ద పెద్దవి పెట్టి చేసేస్తున్నాం. బట్ నవడేస్ వాట్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్, ఎక్కడనో అవుట్స్కట్లో ఆ పిల్లర్స్ అవన్నీ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసి అవి తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ ప్లేస్ చేస్తున్నాం. So by doing this, what we are getting, the time required to construct these things will be very less. Okay, so here similarly in gas insulated substation also, all the particles, all the equipments are assembled before itself only, and all the assembled equipments we are getting with very lightweight, and we are placing in the gas insulated substation. Same thing, same network topology we are using here, same technology. What technology we are using in the GIS, same technology we are using in the GIL. So here also all the particles, all the equipments are assembled, and they are fairly of lightweight. Okay, using trucks we are getting all those equipments, and we are installing in a GIL, and it relatively easy to coordinate. They are easy to coordinate. The resistive losses of GIL are low. This reason also I explained why resistive losses are less, because large area of cross section we are using, and throughout the installation process, throughout the lifetime, same area of cross section we are using with the help of the particle trap and supporting insulators. There is no change in the area of cross section. So as the area of cross section is more means resistive losses will be less. Okay, this is the another advantage. High safety. Safety is also good. If an insulation failure were to occur in a GIL, the fault arc would be safely enclosed within the outer housing. So ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏముంది? See in the construction. Inner aluminum pipe, again this will be placed in the outer aluminum pipe. So ikkada conductor. So ikkada edaina vaste this will be inside of the aluminum only. Again above the aluminum it will be coated with the some more materials in order to avoid the arc. Okay. GIL bus bars is reliable. GIL bus bar means what? To connect the transmission lines. Huh? What lines we are using? Our bus bar is a junction. Bus bar is a junction. Okay. So this is very reliable and compact alternative solution as compared with the cable and overhead power transmission lines. Cable means underground cable. Okay. So these are the advantages of GIL, gas insulated transmission line. Next, disadvantages. It is limited to relatively short runs. I told now already, less than 30 kilometers or up to 30 kilometers one pipe. And in order to increase the length, we should connect one more GIL. Like that we should connect and we should expand the length. And with 800 kilovolts, up to 800 kilovolts only we are using. This is enough for India. What is the high voltage rating in India? HVDC అయిపోయింది. What is the high voltage rating in India? Maximum voltage ఎంత అమ్మా? మీకు రేపు ఏదైనా టెక్నికల్ దానికి వెళ్తే ఇంటర్వ్యూలో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇవే అడుగుతారు. 735 kilovolts, and these are extends up to 800 kilovolts only. Beyond 800 kilovolts we cannot, but that is the maximum rate in India. Next, in particle contamination occur. Particle contamination occur in the SF6. It could have an effect on the insulating qualities of the GIL. Obviously, dust particles ఏదైనా mix అయితే what I said, the arc will be extinguished and there is a chance of leakage of gas. But in order to avoid this, the more number of particulars care is taken. Okay, right? So this is the what? The disadvantage of using particle contamination. Okay, next. Each section of the GIL must be kept below a specific length requirement. Okay, next. If is there any leakages happen in the SF6 gas, I already said it will affect the ozone layer. Okay, it will affect the ozone layer. It affects the ozone layer. The GIL may not be protected in the case of an earthquake. This is also very important. Okay, if any earthquakes are happen means we cannot protect the gas insulated transmission lines. Except these 4 points, remaining all are the what? The advantages of the GIL. Okay, except these 4 points. One is, the first one is what? The length will be restricted. Okay, length of the GIS will be restricted, less than 30 kilometers with 800 kilovolts. Okay, but 800 kilovolts is enough for India. Okay, next, particle contamination. If any dust is mixed means it will affect the insulating qualities of the GIL. Okay, next is what? If any gas leakage is happen means it will directly affect the ozone layer, and in case of earthquakes we cannot protect the GIL. So ఎక్కడైతే earthquakes frequent గా వస్తాయో there we cannot construct the GIL. Those places are not suitable for construction of GIL, gas insulated transmission line. Understand disadvantages?
Yes, ma'am.
Very, very important. This is the construction. See, ఇక్కడ క్లియర్గా కనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాము? ఓకే సారీ, 20% ఆఫ్ SF6, 80% ఆఫ్ N2. ఇది రాంగ్ అమ్మా. 20% ఆఫ్ N2, 80% ఆఫ్ SF6. ఓకే, అల్యూమినియం కండక్టర్ టిపికల్ క్రాస్ సెక్షన్ ఈజ్, ఇది నోట్ చేసుకోండి, 5340 mm స్క్వేర్. ఇది దేనిది? ఇన్నర్ కండక్టర్. ఓకే, పోస్ట్ ఇన్సులేటర్స్, particle trap to maintain the good shape and to increase the conductance of the particles. Conical insulators to place the aluminum pipe at exactly center in order to maintain the same cross sectional area throughout the usage of the GIL. This is outer housing made of aluminum coated only in case of directly buried insulation. Directly buried installation means what? Directగా buried చేస్తున్నాం. There is no space between the conductor to conductor. Okay, this is the notes of GIL. I'll pass, no problem. Construction point of the view. GIL, not this. GIL consists of 3 single-phase encapsulated aluminum tubes that can be directly buried in the ground or laid in a tunnel. The outer aluminum enclosure is to a ground potential. Okay, this one I missed this point, please note down. The outer aluminum enclosure is at ground potential in order to avoid the faults. The inner and annual space between the conductor pipe and the enclosure is filled with the mixture of gas. Okay, this one I'll send you, same thing what I explained, same thing I have written in this PPT. This is the technical data of GIL. The range of the voltage is 420 or 550. If the gas insulated transmission line we are using for the rating of 420 or 550 means we should maintain these ratings. Nominal current is 3150 amperes or 4000 amperes. Lightning impulse voltage in kilovolts 1425 by 1600. Make a note, ma. Sometimes they may ask. Okay, rated short time current kiloamperes is 3 seconds. Value is 63. Rated gas pressure is, liquefied SF6 we are using. So pressure of the gas should be maintained throughout the usage of the line, and that is 7 bar or pascals. Unit of the pressure is what? Bar or pascals, right? That one. Insulating gas is this much. ఇది నేను కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకొని చెప్తా. Switching impulse is also over, right? So this can be maintained according to the GILs of, this is the rule. If in order to construct the any equipment or any installation of overhead line gani, any substation, any transmission, any distribution means we should go according to this IEC rules. So according to IEC 61646 we should maintain these ratings. Okay, this is very, very important, this rule. మనకి లాస్ట్ పాయింట్ ఉంది GIL. This is the, according to this rule we are maintaining this data in order to construct the 420 by 550 GIL cable. Okay, so I said this is flexible in shape, right? So root అనేది స్ట్రైట్గా ఉండదు. So it will have some crossings. So at that time we should place like this. Okay, here these are the conical insulators. This one, black color. So in order to avoid itlanti places lo what will be happen, there is a more chance of leakage of the gas, but here they are maintaining very well, they are taking more care so that there is no leakage of gas will be happen. Okay, this is the sorry, this is the construction of GIL. Middle one is a pipe and this will be the conductor. Okay, these are the conical insulators, supporting insulators, particle trap here. This is particle trap. Okay, inner pipe. The above two lines is inner pipe, and this is the outer pipe. Okay, this is the explanation of that figure. Next one is laying methods. Laying methods means installation of the GIL. So in how many ways we can install the gas insulated transmission lines? Above the ground, inside the tunnel, directly buried in the ground. And with this, another one is also there, vertically placed. Okay, so hence four methods. In four ways we can install the gas insulated transmission lines, right? In how many ways we can install the gas insulated transmission lines? In four ways we can install the gas insulated transmission line. One is the above ground, second one is directly buried in the ground, and third one is placed in a tunnel, and fourth one is vertically placed. Okay, so here above ground installation. Okay, above ground means it is visible to us. So here transmission purpose we are using, so three conductors we are using. Inner one is the inner pipe and the outer one is the outer pipe. Green is the pipe, aluminum pipe, which is filled with the inside SF6 or N2, for mixture of SF6 and N2. And this purple one is the inner aluminum pipe where we are placing the conductor, and this is specially used for the high transmission power. Okay, above the ground where overhead line conductors are not suitable. Okay, this is tunnel, this is tunnel, and here we are using the gas insulated transmission lines, three phase three wire system. So three conductors, purple color, and outer one is the outer aluminum pipe which is filled with the gas. So here tunnels made up of fabricated structural elements. Okay. Next, these are the vertical GIL. Vertical GIL ante, so mostly hydropower plants will be located at the near the river, right? And that river, take the example of the శ్రీశైలం. శ్రీశైలంలో మనకి లెఫ్ట్ బ్యాంక్ రైట్ బ్యాంక్ ఉంటాయి. ఎక్కడ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసిండ్రు ఆ లెఫ్ట్ అండ్ రైట్? బిలో కదా, లోపల కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసిండ్రు. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, ఫ్రమ్ దట్ జనరేటింగ్ స్టేషన్ టు ద అప్పర్ వన్, రెండు కొండల మధ్యలో ఉంది అది. ఓకే, సో బిలో డౌన్ వీ హ్యావ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ ద హైడ్రో పవర్ ప్లాంట్. సో ఆ హైడ్రో పవర్ ప్లాంట్ నుంచి జనరేటెడ్ పవర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో, in order to bring that power from that lower place to the upper place of that, what we are using, this we can use, we are not using this GIL there, but we can use vertical GIL. So itla poduga untadu annattu. Okay, so here hydropower plants, one hill another hill, and here at this place we are using hydropower plant, and in order to bring the power from this, we cannot make hole in the hill, right? So appudu em chestam, itla like this vertically placing the GIL. So now actually GIL main advantage is what? For high transmission, high power transmission. So from the generating stations we will get the high power only. So that power, high power will be transmitted from here, lower point of the hill to the higher point of the hill. We can use like this vertical GIF. One conductor, second conductor, third conductor, and again ground. One conductor, second conductor, third ground. This is above ground or can be tunnel or directly buried in the ground. Understand? Vertical, where we are using carbon hydro power plants. అర్థమైందమ్మా?
Yes, ma'am.
నెక్స్ట్ డైరెక్ట్లీ బరీడ్ ఇట్లా అర్త్ లోపల. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏమి ఇట్లా టనల్ లాగా ఏం చేయట్లేదు. ఈ టనల్లో ఎట్లా చేస్తాం మనం? హియర్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ద స్పేస్. సో a man can see these transmission lines by entering into the tunnel. But whereas here in the direct buried, we cannot see. Direct we are placing in the ground. And above this can also be used for any purpose. Okay. These systems are coated with the continuous polyethylene layer. Why? మనం డైరెక్ట్ ఎర్త్లో డిగ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి. Okay, and these can be used more than 40 years. Okay, with this the first unit is finished. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Next, second unit. Is my PPT is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So here in the second unit, it consisting of major equipment. Here we will discuss about the major equipment. Already we have discussed in the first unit. Again we are discussing the major equipment which we are using in any substation. Okay, I said same equipment will be used in AIS and as well as the GIS, right? So we will discuss the major equipments which we are using in the AIS and GIS. Okay, and next design features, equipment specifications, electrical stresses. Okay, all those things we will discuss. And about the SAG, do you know? SAG గురించి కూడా ఉంది యూనిట్ 2. దిస్ ఇస్ యూనిట్ 2, నాట్ యూనిట్ 1. ఓకే, SAG అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ బస్ స్కీమ్స్ ఆల్సో. ఎలక్ట్రికల్ పవర్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అయిపోయిందమ్మా, ఈపీడిఎస్. దాంట్లో
No.
బస్ నో ఎలక్ట్రికల్ పవర్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సిస్టమ్స్ మా ఈపీడిఎస్ మీకు లేదా సబ్జెక్ట్?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం, ఉంటుంది కదా. ఓకే, సో ఎలక్ట్రికల్ సబ్స్టేషన్ ఎక్విప్మెంట్. ఓకే, electrical substation equipment. So for transferring of electric power from generating unit to the distribution unit. Actually, entire power system means what? Power system means what? Chapali. Power system means what, ma? Generation, transmission, distribution, loads. That is called as what? Power system. So in the generating stations, we are generating the power. Do you know in the world what is the place of India in terms of production of power? Anyone? తెలుసా అమ్మా ఎవరికైనా? రాకేష్ ఉన్నావా? రాకేష్, Rakesh, am I audible? Any diploma students? Anyone knows? Anyone knows what is the place of India in production of power in the world? Third place. First is China, second United States, and third is India. Okay, మనం థర్డ్ ప్లేస్లో ఉన్నాం. అయినా స్టిల్ వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ peak deficit of power. 9% of peak deficit of power we are facing. So in order to fulfill that, what engineers, distribution engineers are doing? They are going for the load shedding to manage the demand by the consumers. ఇక్కడ నుంచి అక్కడికి తేవడం, అక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి తేవడం, లైక్ దట్. Okay, so in order to transmit the generated power, from generating station to the loads require transmission and distribution. Okay, transmission and distribution. Now in order to transmit, transmission lines will be required. That may be a overhead line conductors or underground cables or gas insulated transmission lines. Okay, and in order to distribute, we should construct substation. Substation will require the some components. Yes or no? So all those components are what means bus bars, isolators, power transfer, power transformer, etc. Lightning arresters, circuit breakers, relays, instrument transformers, and so on. And all are assembled together where to form a substation. Okay, and through which the consumer gets the electrical supply. Okay, through which the consumer gets the electrical supply. Now we are discussing one by one. Okay, already you people seen this. This is the entire power system or entire substation. Okay, these are the power lines, phases. This is neutral or grounded one. Okay, and here also power lines and ground or neutral. Ground wire we can call this blue line or neutral wire. Overhead line conductors. So three are representing in a one in line diagram. This is the line diagram. So this 3 is overhead line conductors. Fourth one is which transformer? Potential transformer. Okay. Next, this is disconnecting switch, current transformer, potential transformer, lightning arresters. This is main transformer, isolator with circuit breaker. Sorry, this is 8th one is lightning arrestor. 6th one is circuit breaker. Okay, this is disconnecting switch, circuit breaker. Okay, and all are assembled means placed in a one place. Then this is called as substation. See, frequently we are repeating all the protective devices. Circuit breaker here is there, here is there. Lightning arrestor here is there, here also there. Okay, disconnecting switch. Okay, and next this is a single one is a current transformer. Okay, fourth one is a potential transformer. So again here also we have placed disconnecting switch, circuit breaker. Okay, this is lightning arrestor, main transformer, where we are stepping up and stepping down the voltages, and before and after we are placing all these are the protective devices only. These many protective devices we need to construct before and after placement of substation or transformer. Okay, assembly of all these part equipments are called as substation. One by one we will discuss. The first one is the what? Lightning arrestor. So lightning arrestor is the first protective equipment which protects the, this is eighth one is the lightning arrestor. So which lightning arresters means the what? Whenever these lightning arresters are connected between the earth and the substation, okay, connected between the line and the earth, okay. Lightning arresters means whenever the lightnings are occur means heavy voltages and high currents are passed, and these lightning arresters will protect the entire substation to not affect this main transformer or substation. And whatever the currents, see here we have connected, whatever the heavy currents or voltages are occur, all those are directly goes through the earth. Like that we are arranging the way in order to flow the excessive currents. So this is the what? Lightning arresters. Okay, it protects the substation equipment from the transient high voltage అంటే lightnings వచ్చినప్పుడు high voltages వస్తాయి. Those high voltages are called as transient. Transient means high voltages for very less time in nanoseconds. Nanoseconds and second అంటేనే very less, right? Again in that nanosecond అంటే very less. So in that amount of time high voltages will be occur. So in order to not damage in order to not affect the main transformer or entire substation, directly it will pass these transient high voltages directly to the ground. That is the use of the lightning arresters. Next, this is the power transformer. Power transformer means main transformer, where or the entire operation of the substation is depends on the power transformer only. These power transformers are used for stepping up and stepping down the voltages. Generally, used rating is up to 10 megavolt ampere power rating. So this much amount can be transferred from one place to the another place with a increasing and decreasing of voltage and current levels. What is the definition of the transformer? Transformer is a static device which can transform the same power from one place to another place with a increasing and decreasing of the voltage and current levels. If the voltage is increases means current will be decreases. Then that transformer is called as step up transformer. Step down means voltage will be decreases, current will be increases. Then that transformer is called as step down transformer. Okay, and these transformers are of two types, cooled and oil immersed type, two windings. So this is about the power transformer. Breather will be there. Okay, cooler will be there in order to cool the oil or transformer. Okay, this is the power transformer. Instrument transformer. Instrument transformer means in order to measure the very high voltages, generally we should use high equipments. High voltage means high range of voltmeter or any equipment we should use. But there is no meters to measure the high voltages. Then what we are doing? We are going for the instrument transformers. So here with the help of the instrument transformers, what we are doing? We can measure the very high voltages by using low meters. Yes or no? 50 unit in the electrical measurements and instrumentation. Okay. So here instrument transformers are used to measure the very both current transformer and potential transformers. We can comes under this instrument transformers. Okay. In order to measure the very high voltages and very high currents, we are using low meters in the combination of instrument transformers. Okay. Current transformers to use the measure the current rating. Okay. Again here not instrument, potential transformer. to measure the voltage. Okay, bus bar. Bus bar means the what? It is a junction point. See, here in this diagram, we should connect all these things, right? So where we are connecting, here one bus bar will be placed, and here one more bus bar will be placed. So all the incoming lines of these are connected to the bus bar, and outgoing line of this is connected to the bus bar. Bus bar is a junction where all the incoming and outgoing lines are connected together. Directly మనం అన్ని equipments connect చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళలేం. Okay, so all the equipments are connected at a one bus bar. For example, I'll show the diagram. This is the bus bar means this is the symbol of the circuit breaker. Equal lines ఉంటాయి. So this is the symbol of current transformers. Already symbols చూపించిన. This is the symbol of potential transformer. Again, same arrangement will be connected here. Circuit breaker. Okay. Again, current transformer. Okay. Again, potential transformer. So atla any lines unte those many protective devices we should connect. So here where all these equipments are connected to the bus bar. In the line diagram, bus bar will be represented by a stick line. Okay, bus bar is a junction where we are connecting all the equipments which we are using in the substation. Okay, it is a good conductor. It should be good conductor. Wave trapper. Wave trapper means what? Because of this electromagnetic fields, now we are using overhead line overhead. You think about the air insulated substation only. Okay, so electromagnetic field effect will be there, and with these overhead line conductors in parallel we are connecting the communication lines. So communication lines will have the low power with very high frequencies. So ఈ high frequencies my conductors వచ్చేసి without using insulating medium we are using, right? No insulators, they are directly projected to the atmosphere. So what will be happen, sometimes these high frequency waves are affecting the our overhead line conductors or our equipments. So in order to not to affect these high frequency waves, we are using wave trapper, not to affect the high frequency waves. Okay, ఈ హై ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వేవ్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్ కాకుండా ఉండడానికి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ ఫర్ ద వాట్ వేవ్ ట్రాపర్. దిస్ వేవ్ ట్రాపర్ విల్ ట్రాప్ ద ఆల్ ద హై ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వేవ్స్. It cannot allow to pass these high frequency waves into the substation or into the incoming lines. Okay, isolator. Isolator will give the what? What is the function of the isolator? If any fault is occur, this isolator will trip the circuit. The isolator is called disconnecting switches. So sometimes they may be called, but coming to the gas insulated substation, disconnecting switch is different, isolator is different. Okay, disconnecting switches means the what? Whenever the fault is occur, this isolator will opens that circuit. Okay, in order to not affect the fault to the directly to the substation. Circuit breaker. This is very, very important in the substation. Okay, it is also like a switch used for opening or closing of electrical circuit whenever a fault is occur in the system. Okay, this one is having two moving contacts. One is closed. They are normally closed. Whenever the fault is occur, they are open. Okay, whenever the fault is occur, here inside the circuit breaker relay will be there. Whenever the abnormal conditions are occur, this relay will send the signals to the circuit breaker, and circuit breaker will open these closed contacts, which are always closed. By opening these closed contacts, what will be happen? It will protect the substation or that line where we are connecting the circuit breaker from the faulty area. Batteries. which are used for the storage purpose, storage of the electricity. Okay, two types of batteries we are using: lead acid batteries and alkaline batteries in the substation. Lead acid batteries are most commonly used batteries. Two types of batteries we are using: lead acid battery and alkaline batteries. So here lead acid battery is the most commonly used. Okay, capacitor banks. So these capacitor banks, as it name says, capacitor means what? It will provides the leading power factor. Leading, L-E-A-D, leading power factor. So these capacitor banks consisting of the capacitors connected either in series or parallel, which stores the electrical energy in the form of charges, and it produces the leading current, which increases the power factor of the system. Okay, and further improves the power transfer capacity. Power transfer capacity of the system. Switch yards, different switches we are using in the house of the transformers, circuit breakers, all the protective devices in order to protect all those things, whatever the switches we are using, that is comes under switch yard. Indicating and metering instruments. In order to see, I said instrument transformers uses the what? Instrument transformer along with the low meters. So here those low meters are what? Indicating meters. If it indicates the instruments are how many types? Three types: indicating, recording, integrating. So ammeters, voltmeters, wattmeters, whatever the meters we are using, all are comes under indicating and metering instruments. Energy meter is also used here. Power factor meters, reactive volt amperes meters, all are installed here to see the power rating, current rating, voltage rating, energy, how much they are consuming, how much they are wastage. Okay, so this comes under indicating instrument. Carrier current protection. So this carrier current protection is nothing but a in the substation for communication we are using. For communication purpose, communicate the other world outside of the substation, we go for the carrier current equipment, which includes the relaying, telemeter, and for supervisory control also. SCADA. By sitting in a one place, we are monitoring the entire distribution system. So how we are monitoring? With the help of this carrier current equipment. Relay, which is connected in the circuit breaker. Whenever the abnormal conditions are occur, abnormal conditions means the what? Increase and decreasing of voltage and current is occur. This relay senses the signals to the circuit breaker, and circuit breaker is having some contacts, movable contacts, and these contacts will be open further to not to affect the entire system from the faulty area. Insulator, in order to give the insulation for the any live conductor, live particles, we give the insulators. Equipment for carrier current. Okay, this is like a one place where whatever the equipment which we are using for the communication and for the SCADA, for the relaying or telemetering, all the equipments are connected in a placed in a one room. Okay, that is nothing but equipment for carrier current. Prevention from the surge voltage. Surge arresters are also used. Feeders to transfer the power from substation to the another distribution point. Directly we won't take the distribution lines from the substations. Okay, we will connect the through the feeders. We will take the supply from the transmission to the substation, and through the feeders we are giving the power to the distributors. Okay, feeder is a conductor, one line where we are taking the power to the substation and giving the power to the distributors. Okay, And this is major equipment of GIS. I'll tell in next class. Same equipments, whatever the equipments we are using till now we have discussed, all those we are using, and additionally some more equipments we are using like disconnecting switches. Those things we will discuss in next class, like these enclosures. Okay. Here the current transformer diagram, potential transformer diagram will be different. These are very, very important. This one I'll explain in next class. Any doubts? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No doubt.